Time to talk some football. Hello everyone. Hope everybody's doing well out here today. She's still smoky here in Saskatchewan. They say it's moderate. So I can get out here and do a little walking today. Yesterday I went for a little bit. It was said it was poor. And it was poor. I bloody COPD hacks up when I out in the smoke, run short of air. Don't know how I got that COPD. I never smoked a cigarette in my life, but I think it's from working out at the airport. A lot of fumes out there that I shouldn't have been breathing, and they take a lot more precautions these days than we did back in the day, that's for sure. Plus on the farm, same thing, with chemicals and all the rest and exhaust. I'm amazed my hearing's made it as good as it has. Half the time I wouldn't be wearing ear protection out there. They didn't really enforce it, and depending on where I was working, but a lot of times you don't have your earphones on, and those jet engines, they make a lot of noise, and plus also the fumes from some of them older type airplanes. You could just smell it. It's so strong, the fuel that don't get burned. It's a powerful smell, especially certain aircraft. But those are days gone by. Anyway, talk about this week in the CFL, predictions for this week. Last week I went 3 for 4, 3 wins and 1 loss. I lost the Calgary game, and that's the one I'm debating on now. I still might change it before game day to see, depends who's playing, who they got showing up in their lineup with TO. The first game out is BC at Bomberville. I'm picking BC in that one. Main reason why is Colaris is not playing. I can't see Strevler being the hero there. He did improve a little bit when I seen him on his passing game, but BC's defense is really good, and they were good at stopping everything in the run. Winnipeg's gonna have to rely on Oliveira, mainly because I see and noted that their guy that usually backs him up, that Logan, he's off injured. They're using Peterson. I don't know much about him, but maybe he's a star back they got up there now. If I was Winnipeg, I think I'd be starting that Wilson myself. Yeah, because I like him, you know, in preseason there, and anytime I've seen him play. Yeah, it's still pretty smoky out here actually. They say it's poor, but that's usually not too bad for me, but looks pretty hazy out here. And the next game is Montreal at Ottawa. That's a tough call for me here too, but made it a little easier when I found that Drew Brown's not playing, their starting quarterback against us. Played a pretty good game. In fact, he had the most yards passing, and I think they got to rely on Schultz. I don't know if he can pull them through for a win. I really like Montreal and that Alexander. They got an all-around game. They did last game anyway, Montreal, and I think that they'll beat Ottawa in Ottawa. I think it'll be a close one. I guess it'll all depend how that Schultz can play. But Drew Brown, he got injured there I think it was when Thurman came through, and wasn't even touched going through the middle, and I think he wrecked his hip myself, but they never really say what the injuries are. Looked like it to me. And then the next one's a real tough one for me. Calgary going into Toronto. Right now I'm picking TO, but I might change that one. Depends who's playing at quarterback for Toronto. Like, I don't really have a lot of faith in Adams. He did play well last game though, so I might change it. Plus they had Mills and they had a hell of a good running game, and I'm not really too sure how Toronto's going to be able to stop the run this year. They got a lot of different changes on the defensive line. And basically got a lot of our old guys. Christmas is there, and Lanier is on the defensive line there. I don't know how they'll stop the run. They got a couple new guys in there. They always seem to find the guys. But right now I'm picking T.O. I might change that before game time to see if Kelly's playing or not. He says he's ready, but who knows? With Kelly, he's either there or not. Like I said, I'll more than likely change it to Calgary, but we'll see when closer to game time. Right now I'm picking T.O. And then the last game, of course, is Riders against Hamilton in Hamilton. And I think this one will be a pretty barn burner too. I think our defense will hold Bo though. You know, like, he tries to keep throwing the ball every down and not using their running backs well. I can't see them beating the Riders one-dimensional. If they can get a running game going against us, maybe. Like, I'm not sure about a lot of our players, whether they're coming back or not yet. Like, maybe Green Carey will get a chance to start. Like, they're saying AJ's ready to go, but I don't know. With our players being hurt, I'm not sure if AJ's coming back. For sure they say he's ready, but concussion, you never know. He has to pass that protocol. With the Players Association has a pretty strict protocol for concussion. And Milligan, same boat. I don't know if he's coming back. And with Shake and Baker out, I don't know what's going to happen there either. Like, that Neld, they showed him as a hurt too, so maybe Duncan Busby would get his spot and Picton, but they'd have to have a reliever like Duncan Busby. Maybe they'd find room for McRae on the starting lineup. I'd like to see him get in there. Mind you, Alfred did pretty good for running back, but I'd like to see that McRae as a receiver too. We got lots of possibilities back there, but we're running out of players fast with all these bloody injuries. Man, here's a big tree came down in the wind again. This is a new one that came down. Glad I wasn't here when that came down. Even broke over here and everything. Wow. That's what I'm scared when I'm out here, when the wind's blowing. You can hear the trees just a creaking, and I was out here one day when one went down, but it was a bit away from me, thank God. Ryder almost got it. He was over there and I was yelling at him to get out of there, but he don't listen when he's got his own way of doing things some days. What other injury? Oh, we got Avery's out too. Imagine Allen will probably take his spot. I'm thinking, plus they brought that other linebacker in now, so, but I imagine that they'll use the Canadian Allen in there maybe. Hard to say. We'll have to see when it gets closer to game time, we'll have more of a review of our game, see what players we have going. But I think we should be able to beat Hamilton. Like Bo, if he plays like he did last game, threw 50 times, I'd say we probably pick off 3 on him. You know, he was good at that for a lot of last season until he started heating up at the end, and that's how come he got all the yards and everybody was expecting so much from him. But that first game didn't show diddly about how his comeback, that's for sure. Anyway, that's about it for today. Gonna be a short walk with me. My chest is already starting to tighten up. I'm walking at a turtle's pace here. In fact, I think a turtle could probably beat me. Anyway, till next time, we'll talk to you probably just before the game here. I hope the Riders can pull one off and we can get to 2-0 here. Anyway, till next time, you all take care. Thanks so much for subscribing, everybody that subscribed and likes my videos. You appreciate it so much. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe. It's free. Like I've said before, not many things in life are free these days. Everything seems to be going up. Anyway, till next time, go Riders go. Let this be the year, baby.